still talk to him slow. I turn her up to a pack. Your best friend told her she better get back. Okay.
What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for clicking on this video today. If y'all new to the channel, like the content, please make sure to like and subscribe like always. It'd be very much appreciated. But today, we got to talk about some NBA because I've been noticing recently that I've been only talking about, like boxing and soccer and stuff like that, or UFC. And you know what? I really love NBA. I love basketball and stuff like that. So I'm like, something crazy just happened in the NBA world. So let's go on and talk about it. Now, the NBA transfer deadline just happened about a few days ago. And let me tell you, just absolute cinema. Honestly, the whole thing was absolute cinema. I knew there's going to be some crazy trades, but I don't think anybody was expecting, obviously one of them, but expecting a lot of trades that happen to happen. You know what I mean? There were some big stories, obviously, with Jimmy Butler because he didn't want to be in Miami Heat no more. He literally got suspended, wasn't playing for them for a while. And that was looking like it was going to be the big story behind this whole deadline. You know what I mean? That Jimmy Butler's going to go to a new team. There's a lot of speculation that he's going to go to it was the Houston Rockets. I also heard maybe the Suns, the Bucks. We're going to go ahead and talk about what he's going to land on. But man, let me tell you, I was watching this unfold and I couldn't believe some of the stuff that was happening. A lot of transfers happened. You know what I mean? A lot of trades. They call it trades. A lot of trades happened. So, I mean, should we just start with the Jimmy Butler one? I know that's not the first one that happened, but I mean, I'm already talking about him. So I guess we could talk about where Jimmy Butler landed, which was the Golden State Warriors, which now he is pairing up with Stephen Curry, bro. And honestly, let's talk about they only had, I think, about 2 games now, and it's looking pretty good. They're playing alongside each other for 2 games, and it could be a good team. They still got Draymond Green. They unfortunately had to let go of Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins went to the Miami Heat, for the whole trade and everything like that. But in terms of Jimmy Butler, it's looking like he's a lot more happier here. He talked about when he was playing for Miami Heat this past season, he just doesn't have the love of basketball and stuff like that. Don't quote me on what he exactly said, but I know he just wasn't feeling being at Miami no more. And obviously he went on a whole ride doing a lot of, people would say, unnecessary and just not being professional about the way he went, wanting to leave Miami Heat. But now he got what he wanted. He left. He went to the Golden State Warriors. I don't know if that was always the place he wanted to be, but he's there now. And it looks like he's, a lot happier, like I just said. He's playing better basketball. But is this team now? Let's talk about this team now. The Golden State Warriors, obviously, they have their moments. They were doing really good at the start of the season, but now they really had their drought. You know what I mean? Even Steph Curry, bro, I'm not going to lie, this season, he's been very inconsistent. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe this is gonna help him, motivate him, to be better. But yeah, the team before the trade weren't that good. With the trade, I mean, they're gonna be obviously a little bit better. But are they a title contender? I really don't think they are. You know what I mean? I just think Jimmy Butler is a great player, but he's getting older, right? Just like Steph Curry's getting older, but they're older people now. They're getting older. I don't think they're gonna be as good as they used to be. But I don't know. We'll see. Because playoff Jimmy, obviously, I've seen this man do absolutely wonders in the playoffs. And if he can turn up in the playoffs, bro, I mean, you could give Golden State Warriors a chance. But like I said, he's getting older. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't see him as a title contender. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they go deep into the playoffs. You know what I mean? But the Western Conference is very, very deep. Jimmy Butler landed Golden State Warriors. We got to talk about, I'm just going to go ahead and say the biggest one and probably the biggest trade in NBA history, bro. And that's Luka Doncic going to the LA Lakers. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you a story on how I found out. Basically, I follow this one Instagram page. Shout out Basketball Goated. I follow them for like jokes and stuff. And they be trolling sometimes with the things they say. So I pop up Instagram and I see that they posted something that's Shams. He's like a trade reporter and stuff like that. He's a great, reliable source. He talked about how Luka Doncic is going to the Lakers for AD and stuff like that. And for me, I was like, all right, bro, they just trolling. This is a trolling page, you know what I mean? They be trolling like this a lot. I look at the comments, people are like, no way, this is real, no way, right? I'm like, hold on. The next scroll down is House of Highlights, ESPN, saying that this trade is happening. Now I'm like, there's no way. I couldn't believe it. Just like everybody else, I couldn't believe it. I'm looking at Shams, Twitter and stuff like that. People were saying it was so crazy, bro, and so unexpected that people thought he got hacked. I was one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, he probably got hacked. But then he doubled down on it, said it again that no, he's not hacked. This is for real happening. I still thought he was hacked. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, this don't, because you got to think about it, bro. Like I said, the big story was Jimmy Butler. Nobody, I mean nobody, had no idea about this Luka trade. But it happened, bro. Luka is now a Laker playing with LeBron James. This is crazy, bro. Like that night, it was a Saturday night, bro. And I was watching UFC. I thought things were gonna be great. You know what I mean? No, I was watching boxing. I remember I was watching boxing. I think things were gonna be great. And then I just saw this trade happen. I was like, bro, what? Why did this happen? You know what I mean? A lot of people have a lot of theories on why this happened. But yeah, at the end of the day, Luka landed Lakers, and the Mavericks got 80. You know, obviously Max Christie too. But obviously, the big thing is who won the trade. You know what I mean? At first, you would think that maybe right now, talking about winning right now, the Mavericks won the trade because now the team defensively is great and they got 80. Which 80, don't get me wrong, bro. 80 is amazing. I honestly think 80 could be a top 6, top 7 player when healthy. But he's getting older. You know what I mean? He's getting older, and you know what? People say that he gets hurt a lot. And I was like, you know, last season, bro, he played a lot of games with the Lakers. This season, too, he's been playing a lot of games with the Lakers. You know what I mean? But, yeah, injuries was always, like, a thing for him. Like I said, at first, it seemed like Mavericks won the trade. And even when AD started, you know, playing his debut, bro was going crazy. I remember I was getting my hair cut, and then me and my barber were watching the game. And AD was going off. AD was going absolutely off. And it looked like that, you know, maybe Nico, the guy who traded Luka, maybe he's onto something. Maybe he's cooking. But, bro, let me tell you, man, life comes at you fast, you know. He got injured that game too, bro. A non-contact injury, which are probably worse than contact injuries sometimes. But a non-contact injury, something to do with his groin. I don't know what he pulled something. I don't know. But he was going off. Then the same game he got hurt. And now it's looking like he's going to be gone for a few weeks. That sucks, man. That sucks. I'm not a Mavericks fan. I don't have a basketball team I support. I only support one team, and that's Arsenal. And that's the soccer team, football team, you know. That's the only team I'll ever support. But in terms of me watching, you know, basketball, I would say the team that I watched the most was definitely the Dallas Mavericks. Maybe because Kyrie Irving is my favorite player, you know, of all time. But then I also really, really love the Luka and Kyrie Irving duo, bro. I just love watching them so much. So, you know, that was definitely the team I watched the most. So, for me, I was low-key a little like, damn, like, not butthurt, but I was like, damn, when Luka got traded. Because, like I said, I really love that duo. I'm not really a Dallas Mavericks fan, but I can only imagine how they're feeling right now because you just got this new guy. You lost your franchise player, Luka. You got AD. And now you're thinking, oh, maybe this is cooking when AD starts playing good, really, really good. And then he gets injured, bro. So, yeah, Nico is not cooking. Nico's not cooking at all. It's looking like it is. I want to know what Nico feels like. You know what I mean? And a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a story real quick about this trade, too. I actually went to a Dallas Mavericks game about 2 days ago. And I watched the Mavericks versus the Kings, and obviously there was some protesting going on. Literally behind me, there was a guy who was every single freaking free throw, when it was quiet in the stadium, he was yelling a chant like Luka Doncic, or he was saying fire Nico. That he even had Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban was not right next to us, but he was a little bit in front of us. He even had Mark Cuban turn around and tell him to sit the F down, bro. It was crazy watching that, and it was funny because they were literally right behind me. And it kind of looked like Mark Cuban was looking at me saying that. But yeah, eventually they got kicked out, which I think was kind of dumb. Like, I think that's always dumb to get kicked out for something like that. But, you know, you could see the frustration in the fans when I went to that Dallas game. And, yeah, it was a good game. But, yeah, you could definitely tell, like, the energy there is a little weird because you just got AD and he's injured now and stuff like that. So, yeah, but this is definitely the craziest trade of NBA history. You know what I mean? Maybe the Kevin Durant one to Golden State Warriors was crazy too, but just because no one really saw this one coming, I think that's why it's going to be the craziest NBA trade, you know? Not even Luka. I'm telling you guys, nobody knew this trade was happening. Nico was literally talking with the GM at Lakers, and they kept it hush for a while until eventually it happened. But yeah, Luka just had his first game. That same night, I watched the Mavericks play. And you know what? I don't know what people expected. A lot of people saying that he didn't play as good as they thought he was. I mean, he's been out since Christmas, bro. I don't know what y'all expect. He needs to get back into the game, and he's playing for a new team. So dropping 13 points for Luka is crazy because he'd be averaging like 30. But yeah, he's gonna definitely come back and he's gonna be better. They just got a new signing for I think a center. They were definitely looking for a center. And they got, what's his name? I think Alex. What's his name? Oh, here we go. They got Alex Len from the Kings. He's a 7-footer, bro. So you could tell Luka Doncic is licking his fingers because of that. But yeah, is Lakers a title contender? It's very hard to really like say they are or not, because LeBron and Luka, that's a great duo too, I'm gonna enjoy that duo too. But defensively, I don't know, and you gotta think about other teams. Like, are they gonna beat the Denver Nuggets? Could they beat the Denver Nuggets? You know what I mean? Could they beat the OKC Thunders? I don't know, man. I don't really know if they're title contenders. But for me right now, I would say they're not. I don't think either Dallas Mavericks or Lakers are title contenders anymore. I thought Dallas Mavericks would have a better chance, but now with this injury, AD, I don't really know. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's talk about the Eastern Conference now. We got to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers and their trade that they did because it's a great trade. Obviously, before this trade deadline, their best record, I think, in the NBA. And, bro, they are flying. Shout out everybody in Ohio. I know they're enjoying this. Kept the same team, basically, like last season. And it was going to be crazy because Donovan Mitchell, there was talks about him getting traded. But he trusted the process and he stayed for one more season. And now look at him. Playing absolutely great out there. They were already title contenders. But they were still, like, I don't know if their depth is strong enough to beat a team like Celtics. Because obviously Celtics is a team to beat. So I don't know if they're strong enough. You know what I mean? But then they just made this trade, which could help them a lot defensively. And that's getting DeAndre Hunter from Atlanta Hawks. DeAndre Hunter is a dog, bro. I watched him a few times at Atlanta. That dude is great defensively. He can, bro. They were talking about who can, from that Cleveland Cavalier team, who can defend Jason Tatum. You just got one. DeAndre Hunter, he's going to make it a lot difficult for Jason Tatum to really do anything if they go against each other. In the playoffs. So that's a great signing. I think it's a great trade. And I mean, they didn't really lose much either at the same time. They still have they just lost LeVert. I think that was who they lost. But yeah, I mean, they got a great signing, a great trade. And now I really think that they have a strong team, which can go on to the NBA Finals. But obviously, we'll see what happens. But yes, I do think they're the title contenders. Another trade, but I don't really know how I feel about this, is the Bucks. They lost Chris Middleton. Shout out Chris Middleton. He helped them win their championship, But yeah, they traded Chris Middleton. Man, I almost forgot his name, but yeah, they traded Middleton for Kyle Kuzma. Now look, I'm a little iffy about this, I know a lot of Bucks fans are frustrated about this trade, giving up Chris Middleton, they say, for literally nothing. Kyle Kuzma, bro, He's a good player. Obviously, you wouldn't want him to be your number one player in a team, because you're not going to win a championship like that. He's not that good. But I mean, for the Bucks to be a third option, because you obviously already have Giannis and Dame, to be a third option, that could be good. You know what I mean? Obviously, Kyle Kuzma has a ring, and he did good when they won the ring in 2020, I believe it was, with the Lakers. But I don't know about now. Obviously, he was playing with the Washington Wizards, and they were trash, horrible. But now I think he's going to be more motivated now because he's on a team that can actually win a championship. So is this a good trade? I don't know, because we'll see how Kyle Kuzma does. You know what I mean? But like I said, he won a ring, so it could be a good trade. But, man, just losing Chris Middleton, man. I mean, obviously he wasn't the same since his injury, but still, that guy was a big part on why they won the ring that 1 year with Giannis and everything like that, and Drew Holiday. But now he's gone, so I know a lot of Bucks fans are a little hurt about it. But now the Bucks a title contender? I don't think they are. I really don't think they are. And I think if this team doesn't do good this season, at least goes to the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't know what Giannis would do, because he's already teased about leaving if they don't win. So, all right, back to the Western Conference. We had the Spurs getting De'Aaron Fox, and now De'Aaron Fox is playing with Wemby. This could be a good trade, The Spurs, they're a great team. And I don't know if they're talking about that they did this trade because they want to win now. I still don't think they're title contenders. They can make a big run, though. I could see them making a pretty good run. They got good good vets like Chris Paul and stuff like that. And they also have a pretty young team. What's his name? Their rookie, Castle. What's his first name? I forgot his first name. But yeah, I know I'm talking about Castle. He's a really good player. They also got Vassell. I really like how Vassell plays. Good player. Another vet, Harrison Barnes, is there with them too. So they have a good team, a balanced team with vets and youngsters. But there's just not a lot of playoff experience in terms of the youngsters. So I don't know how good they will do in the playoffs if they make the playoffs. I think they can make the playoffs. But yeah, title contenders, I don't really think so. But De'Aaron Fox now is with the Spurs, which could be, it's a good signing, and I know he's going to do really good with them. Zach LaVine also went to the Kings because De'Aaron Fox went to the Spurs. That's a good trade too. But the Bulls are not looking that good, so I think he went to a better team, and now obviously I don't think they're going to win, but it could be a strong team. You know what I mean? Kings could make the playoffs. I think they can make the playoffs. They got DeRozan now, Zach LaVine, Monk, and now Monk is probably gonna be running the point guard now. And it's a bonus, so it could be a good team. And I think that's it in terms of all the trades that happened. I'm just looking here now. Let's see. Dennis Schroeder went to the Pistons. Like I said, Andrew Wiggins, Miami. Valanciunas went to the Kings too. Oh, I didn't even know Marcus Smart went to the Wizards. Oh, damn. Yeah. I mean, that pretty much looks like all the good trades all the trades that happened that are kind of interesting. But yeah, like I said, man, it's crazy, especially that Luka one. But there was a lot of trades that happened, a lot more than people expect, But people, I don't know, man, and I can see where they're coming from. But people are speculating a lot of this trades happen because the NBA ratings are down. And, I mean, I can see that happening, you know what I mean? But it's just, I understand it's a business, so we really don't know. But, I mean, NBA is cooking right now, you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited for the next half of the season and the playoffs because now there's a lot of strong teams. But I'm going to say right now, after this trade, who do I think is going to be in the finals? Before these trades happened in the beginning of the season, I said the finals was going to be Celtics versus OKC. Am I going to change after these trades? I got to think about if the Cavs can beat the Celtics now. I'm not going to change. I still think it's going to be Celtics versus OKC in the finals. But, yeah, we'll see how these teams do. But, yeah, I just want to come out here real quick and talk about this crazy transfer window that happened. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty excited to see what happens. I'm definitely going to be watching these games. Other than that, I really got nothing else to say other than thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope y'all stay tuned for other videos coming up. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.